Welcome everybody to Group 2 of the quarterfinals of the PRT Birthday Bash Open. I'm your host at Mitch on Risk, here for Professional Risk Takers. We've got 6 players in this lobby. The top 3 at the end of these 2 games will move on to the next round. There are a couple spots for wild cards in this, but we've got Lila the Poet, Ivor Sama, Gameslot, Crackle069, Steve GTI06, and Sea Monster. Both Crackle and Sea Monster have a great chance to move on, even if they don't finish in the top 3 through the 2 wildcard spots, but we'll see how it goes. Let me adjust your screen here because that's wild. Big thanks to our stream. Oh, this is the Airship is the map, which is a giant map. So we'll take what we can get here in terms of UI. Okay, so first in turn order here in Magenta is going to be Game Solo T. Okay, we see the early bonus take by Gameslot here. The bonus or no bonus game is always the challenge with these action points. The way action points work, if you, each turn, you have to either take a bonus, or sorry, break a bonus, or conquer a territory with at least 2 troops on it. If you do neither, you lose a point for the turn. If you do both, you gain a point for the turn. If you do one, you break even. So the bonus play is interesting. Gameslot goes early bonus play here. He takes the +1 of the exterior, and we go into turn 2 Sea Monster. So, as I was saying, Sea Monster and Crackle, both in fantastic positions on the overall leaderboard starting this game. They are currently sitting in the top 2 spots still, even after Group 1 played their quarterfinal game. Sea Monster at 77 points, Crackle at 75. So no bonus take there for Sea Monster. Crackle adds, it looks like he's going to take a bonus. He goes with a 7 stack. Oh, he hits a 2. He does not take the bonus, but he goes ahead and hits the Lila 2. General Fung and Jonah had great performances in Group 1. General Fung ended with 42 points and Jonah with 39. So big rounds for those two. Crackle looks like he's going to roll out a 2. Rolling out a 2 is not necessarily homie behavior in the action points era, because people need 2s for their points. So we'll see how the group reacts to that. Gonna do this. This is... Alright, here goes Steve. He's in orange. He's 4th in turn order. I'll go through the rest of where the players are on the overall leaderboard. But the key here is you got to finish top 3 in your group today, and you guarantee your spot in the semifinals. So their overall spot in the leaderboard, not critical as long as they can do well today. The 3 players that finished the top of Group 1 were General Fung, Jonah, Silent Legend, and Zango. Okay, so we are going to see a bonus take up here at the top from Ivor. We think. So far, no lost points. But Ivor has not hit a 2 yet, I believe. He goes for the stranglehold on a bonus over the action point for turn 1, which can make a lot of sense. It's just a +1 up there in the meeting room. Alright, here goes 6th in turn order, Lila. We see that confirmation of Ivor going to -1. Lila does take the bonus. He's going to be able to guard with 3s. Pretty decent hold there, turn 1, on a +2 of the armory. And we're back to the top with Gameslot and his Magenta. Okay, so we see a bonus take from Games a lot. He's got his second bonus. He did not get broke in turn 1. So he's now got a +2 to go with this +1. That's the +2 of security to go with the +1 of exterior down there at the bottom. He's not guarding, so he's playing pretty friendly, allowing a break here. It looks like Sea Monster's going to take the opportunity to go for that break. Sea Monster has not hit a 2 yet, but he does get the 0-point turn there just by getting the break. Crackle does take his bonus. He takes the +1 of the bathrooms. Steve will not have a bonus here, but he does find a 2 to hit. Looks like he may be working on medical for next turn, that +2 there. Maybe he's thinking the big bonus of electrical for +4. No, he moves back in to medical. We're back to Ivor. Ivor was the only one to lose a point on turn 1. But now look at that. Lila, Games Lot, and Crackle all lose a point here. Oh. Yeah, that's right. All lose a point here in turn 2. Sea Monster the only one to get to break a bonus, so he got to save a point. But there's not many 2s on the board, even in this giant map. These guys have all played super aggressive in terms of rolling out 2s and preventing options for people from getting points. Okay, so we're going to see a 3 get hit there. That's a 1-point turn there for Iva. He goes from -1 to 0 via the break of Lila and hitting the 3 at the same time. Yeah, white definitely broke it, Roberto. You got it. Tough to guard with a 3 in this format. Lila in a bad spot. Yeah, Lila's actually in a really similar spot to what we saw Silent Legend in Group 1 at this point, even in the same location on the map. But Silent Legend was able to kind of eke his way through until he got an opportunity to win late. So we'll see if Lila can do the same. The strategy that seemed to work to some degree since we've introduced action points has been to wait a turn or 2 before getting a bonus, and making sure you're strong enough to prevent people from being tempted to roll a 3 like we just saw there. Turn 1 bonuses are really, really hard unless you get lucky like Ivor did. He's just got a +1, but he just got kind of lucky that he was able to guard it so well turn 1. Games a lot's been able to build a pretty good defense there with a 4. We'll see if that holds. Crackle's going to take the free break up here, but no 2 hit. Your Crackle broadcasted and saw Silent Legend come back from the position Lila's in, so surely he won't let history repeat itself. Oh, sorry, that was Sea Monster. Sea Monster's in blue, Crackle's in black. That's confusing. So Sea Monster breaks Lila there. Sea Monster's gotten breaks on both of the last 2 turns, but not hit 2s. So staying at 0, but not hitting 2s. Here goes Crackle, who has taken his +1, but has refused to take that additional bonus. Yeah, so the top 3 in each of these 4 groups goes directly to the semis, or advances. The top 3 in each group advance, and then the 2 highest scores that didn't finish in the top 3 in the group also advance. And then out of those 14, the 2 with the highest overall scores go directly to the finals. Currently, Crackle and Sea Monster sitting at the 2 highest overall scores in the tournament. If either of them win a game here, they guarantee their spot in the finals, I think. Okay, Steve feeling like he's got enough troops built up to maybe hold this bonus now. So we're seeing as a turn 3 bonus, which turn 3 bonuses seem to be more realistic. It's only a 4 guarding, but turn 3 bonuses seem more realistic. The other piece of it is if you have a 4 guarding on turn 3, people are so worn down and don't have enough stacks to come get and come break you in general that it works a little better. So that has been a strategy we've seen a little more commonly work out. We'll see if it works out for Steve here, taking a +2 here on turn 3. Ivers had his nice +1 spot since his first turn, but he's got very little in terms of exteriors, except that 5 at the bottom, which helped him with a break, but seems to be in a bit of a precarious spot. Yeah, he's adding to it. Yeah, it's 5 to it. Okay, he realizes how important that exterior is. Does he take this and try to work out some breaking? No, he moves it back towards his bonus. That's an interesting play. He clears out of that area. He's not feeling comfortable about that spot. Okay, Lila not taking. Not taking, not breaking. Lila goes -3 in 3 turns. Really tough start for Lila. Can they build up enough troops to make something happen here later in the game, though? Remember, placement points are also important here if you're trying to finish top 3 in your group. You get 20 for first place in a game, 10 for second, 8 for third, 6 for fourth, 4 for fifth, and 2 for sixth. You also get 3 points for every bounty. So there are other ways to collect points besides just action points. Sea Monster goes for a bonus. He's going to be able to guard V-Strong over there. On that +2 of comms, he's guarding with a 5 and a 9, which should be solid. And we do see Steve get to hold his turn 3 bonus. This, I think, has become... People are starting to see some of the logic of the later bonus take. And in my opinion, what the Risk creators intended was not for people to take bonuses turn 1 and hold it with a bunch of 1s. So people are starting to realize that you've got to be patient when taking your bonus, and you've got to guard it stronger. Oh, a 3 if Steve gets hit by Crackle. Crackle getting greedy? Does he move the 11 back to guard, or does he try to split guard and take 3 bonuses? Oh, it looks like Crackle's going to be greedy. Ivor says good game. Sea Monster says good game. Oh boy, does Crackle know who he's dealing with in here? Okay, he moves it all back. Okay, so he's taken to give a free break to Steve. Crackle's actually being a homie here. Everyone thought he was being a jerk, but he's actually being a homie the whole time. Who would have thought? Steve takes his free break. Crackle's saying, hey, break me, but leave a 2 there. And I don't know that Steve's getting the message. We'll see. Crackle's telling him a lot to leave a 2. I don't think Steve got the message. Crackle can hit a 3, though, if you'd like. Okay, Ivor's got a 2 of Sea Monster he's going to hit. And Sea Monster says, leave me a 2. He does. Okay, so Ivor and Sea Monster are going to work at a little trading pocket there to at least keep from losing points. Lila goes -4. just trying to stay alive, it looks like. Game's lot already up to 40 troops. Ivor laughs at Gameslot taking his third bonus. That's a +2, +1, +2 now on the viewing deck. So +5 for Gameslot. Holding with an 8-7-7-6. 4-point hold on the 3 bonuses. Sea Monster and Ivor still trading hit and twos back and forth. Sea Monster able to hold his +2 of comms. Ivor just with the +1, it looked like it was going to be such a great position for him, but he hasn't been able to turn it into anything beyond the +1. And he has fallen behind because of that, as these other players have started to build up some protection and guard bigger bonus areas. How does Crackle react here to Steve not leaving him a 2 to hit? Does he hit the 3? He can. His 10's blocked there. I mean, he could, but he can't roll 100% there. Oh, he can. He got 10 troops. Okay. I think he's going to roll the 3. Does he try to split guard with 10s? Oh, he gave Steve a full point here. Leaves him a 2 to break, trying to get Steve to realize, hey, I need a 2 left there for me also. Crackle's at -2 for the game. This will put Steve back to 0 for the game. Maybe he's going to fortify 1 off. I don't think he's getting it. Oh, he did. Okay. So Crackle and Steve might work in that spot. Steve currently top of the leaderboard, the only player with 0 action points. We know Ivor and Sea Monster are trading here in the middle of the board. Lila and Gameslot, the 2 left out of a trading pocket at this point. Hey, what's up, Ford Mustang? Bobby, welcome in. Lila has taken a negative action point every turn, currently sitting at -4. Do they go for something this turn that would keep them from going negative? Hard to find a position where they would. They could start working out something with games a lot, but they, for whatever reason, those 2 have not been able to link up here at the bottom. Games a lot trades first. This is our first trade in the first trading sequence. The 4 trade for Games a lot here in magenta. Looks like he's going to start working to the left there. He does not hit a 2 this turn, though. Sea Monster goes for a 6 trade. Sea Monster wants another bonus. It's just tough because you got to split a couple times to take the bonus, so a little tough to guard, but he feels like he's got the troops to do it now. Oh, and he still trades with Ivor. And Sea Monster guards with a 7 there at the bottom of the second bonus. So that's the armory +2 to go with his comms +2. Cracklad's all 16 right. Oh, 16 of his 18 right in the middle of the board. He's not hit the Steve 2. There he goes. Okay. So he gets his 0-point turn locked in. Leaves a 2 for Steve to get a 1-point turn. No, he doesn't. He leaves a 3 there, so Steve's going to have to do 3 if he wants that. Lila at 19 troops and 5 cards. Crackle acted like he was going to try to guard, but maybe felt like he couldn't find a way to do it. Or maybe feels like Ivor can't get there. Ivor can definitely get the kill, right? Steve hits a 3 for the break, so he'll get another 1-point turn. Let's see if Ivor can get the Lila kill. It is a little bit tricky. It's a 12-troop trade. He's got to get that 4 in the middle, and the 1 on the right has to do a lot of work for him. So I don't know if it's quite possible, and that might be why Crackle felt like he didn't need to guard there. Yeah, he's not going to have the troops to do it. Would have to win a 9 on 10 v1v1 right there. Oh, I think he's maybe going to try. No, he's just going to take a bonus and guard there. He wants a second bonus, the +1 of Fan Room. So Ivor now has 2 +1s. He goes ahead and makes his trade there with Sea Monster to make sure he doesn't lose a point on the turn. And here goes Lila, living long enough at least to trade and getting a +2, which is always nice. Can Lila guard this bonus? It's a 4-point guard. It's a really tough bonus down there in the kitchen. Okay, maybe pivoting to the showers? No, just keeping a big stack there. Big blocker stack, too. 21 there. And blocks with the 12 on the other side. Very interesting play there from Lila. Hoping for a trade on 3, maybe. Alright, Games a Lot hits a 3 of Crackles to go neutral and action points for the turn. And Sea Monster looks like he's just going to trade. Oh, moves out from his bonus. Wants another territory and trades there with Ivor. Oh, he wants a couple more territories. $69 troops for Crackle. We dab for that. Very well done, sir. Crackle hits the Steve 3. A bonus take from Steve? No. He just wants some territories. He's going to hit Crackle and take his +1 for the turn. Crackle has made Steve a very rich action points man here with their trading pocket because Crackle takes a bonus each time and leaves him a 2. Yet Crackle's still ahead of him on troop count. Ivor gets to hold his second +1 now. Nobody has traded here on 3. Lila sitting at 37 troops. No trade on 3 looks like certain death, but we'll see if that's the case. Okay, Ivor gets the 20 trade here. He does not seem to be going for the Lila kill. Uh-oh. Lila takes Ivor out of a pocket, interestingly. Maybe a placement play? Maybe they felt like that was their only chance to stay alive here? I don't know. What does that do for Games Lot? Lila did not trade on 3 there. Games Lot does trade on 4. Looks like initially he's planning to line up Lila. Yeah, Roberto, I don't know. I'm curious what Lila's thought process was there. There's the death of Lila. Games Lot gets the kill, gets the 3 points for the bounty. What can Games Lot do from that, though? He leaves a 2 to try to trade with Ivor, maybe? But it looks like Ivor and Sea Monster are quite content trading with each other over here. Try to get you this. Nothing's happened on the left side of the board, so hasn't really been necessary for you guys to see it, but I'll try to get you a little better view of it. $35 troop trade here for Crackle. Sea Monster went to 5 cards. It was just a retaliation of White for never letting her get a position on the board. Yeah, that probably makes sense. I wonder what Crackle's thinking here. He's used half his turn timer, so I don't think we're going to see a run here. But possibly he's setting up for a future run. Hits the Steve 2. Steve gets the 40 trade. Okay, he goes for the break and a 2 hit. And another break and a 2 hit. Is this a 70? Surely not. Okay. Just want to create some chaos. So, Sea Monster still sitting on 5 cards precariously with 63 troops. Ivor on 1 card and 45 troops. Ivor would like the break, so he gets the full point turn. He'll go to 0 for the game. Game's Lot going for the Sea Monster kill, it appears. Sea Monster saying oops. It's a lot of different spots he's got to get to. How does he get to the one up top? Okay, so he's going to split off there, go through the 14 of Crackle. Sea Monster says really. How's he getting to... Okay, so he splits there. He's got the 7 to get to the other one. So it looks like a well-played kill here so far from Games a Lot. Five on 2 gets it, and he gets the 19. Okay, so Sea Monster's your second death here. Games a Lot has gotten both kills. Yeah, that was all over the board, but had only a 5v2 was the only kind of risky roll there, so that should fuel a 70 here. I don't know that he has eyes on anything else. 54% of the board, 55. He's a little bit tight on time here. 60%. 62, 64, 65, 66, 68, 69. He's got one more spot to get. Oh, no. Oh, he got it. I didn't see where he got it, but he got it. Games a Lot, your winner. He got 2 bounties and the win here in Game 1. That'll be huge for Games a Lot, almost ensuring him a spot in the semifinals. We'll see you guys for Game 2. And we have Games a Lot at 23 points after Game 1 and getting the win. Steve GTI 06 at 11, Iversama at 8, Crackle at 5, Sea Monster at 3, and Lila the Poet at -3. The top 3 players in scores after this game move on. And there are 2 wildcard spots, even if you don't finish in the top 3. If your 2 highest scores outside of the top 3s, you will move on. Alright, so we're in Mall of the Dead. Group 1 saw this as a no bonus game. And we saw no bonuses and a lot of kill guards. We will see how this one goes. Oh, tough roll there for Sea Monster turn 1. Loses 2 on a 2. He makes a territory play. Or he just rolls out his 2s but happens to win both of them. Playing an aggressive game, not leaving any 2s for anyone to get anything off of. And leaves a 4. Adjust our map again now that we're in much smaller board, a lot easier to see what's going on here. This is a Prague World Dom game. Seven v2 here, only loses 1. Ivor's got a pretty OP spawn here in the bottom right. Again, we haven't seen turn 1 bonuses work very well overall in the action points era. It takes a couple turns to really build out something that can guard a bonus. That would be a +5 if he can guard it on a 2-point hold down there. But he's got to get enough troops in the right spots to really hold that. Okay, so Steve also seemed to roll out a couple of 2s. This group not being very friendly in terms of leaving 2s for each other. Crackle finds a 2 to hit there of Games a Lot. No, this is World Dom. Crackle also rolled out a 2, it looks like. Here goes Lila. Lila needs a big game. Had a -3 in game 1. It was kind of ugly from the start. Finds a 2 of games a lot to hit. Sea Monster hits a 2 of Crackle. Crackle down to 15 troops. Can't feel good about that. Surely Ivor doesn't go greedy and take the bonus here. I think he just hits the 2 and sets up for maybe next turn to try to hold it and gets his troops in the right spot. He rolls down for Sea Monster. Now that's a homie play to roll a 3 down to a 2. Unless he was actually trying to slow roll him. Hard to say. Steve just hits a 1. Can anyone stop Ivor from taking that and holding that +5? That feels like it's going to be too OP of a position. We'll see. Crackle is moving over to guard a bunch of kills. No, he just wants the 2. Went and found a games lot too. Okay, so we see games a lot take a bonus. He's going to be able to put a 5 and a 6 guard on it. Is that enough to hold? That's the +4 of Grocers. Not a bad bonus in this setup. It's usually seen as kind of the unlucky bonus if everybody's getting a bonus, but if not everybody's getting a bonus. I think Sea Monster's got some work to do before he can really guard that. He's going to roll 3v1? No. Okay, so Ivor takes the bonus. We'll surely see some good games pop up here, right? Not yet, not yet. Okay, so Ivor's got a +5. It's a +4 for Gameslot. Gameslot took his turn 2. Ivor took his turn 3. We do appear headed for a full-on bonus game, though. Ooh, a 2 hit. Steve finds the Sea Monster 2 to hit. And leaves a 3, which I think Sea Monster wanted him to leave a 2, potentially. Crackle at 19 troops. Has potential for a bonus next to Ivor there. But he would have to have a 3-point guard. Ivor's got the 2-point guard bonus. Crackle can't find a 2 to hit, and it's killing him. Maybe starts working on that bonus. Be the +6 if he can hold it. Here goes Lila. Crackle had to take the L point on that turn. Remember, the key is to finish in the top 3 here. Currently, that would be Gameslot, Steve, and Ivor finishing in the top 3 in points. But we got a long way to go. This is Prague World Dom, so we'll see bounties here. Each bounty is 3 points. First place is 20, second 10, third 8, fourth 6th, 5th 4, and 6th 2 points. And then 3 points for each bounty. Game Solo T gets to hold on to his bonus. First to cash in bonus troops on turn 3 there. Sea Monster frustrated with Steve not trading with him, so he's going to hit the 2 of Gameslot. And leave a 2, so they are maybe going to try to trade up top. Crackle dies here first, most likely. He's outside top 2 total. Yeah, so basically the 12 that finish in the top 3 of their group, they go through. Then we look at the overall leaderboard, the 2 players that did not already go through, that have the highest points go through. So Crackle still has a good shot to go through as long as he collects some decent points here. And doesn't get past. I mean, he's unlikely to get passed by too many people that don't finish in the top 3 of their group, right? So, but Crackle and Sea Monster had their eyes on the top 2 spots because the top 2 overall of the 14 going through get to go directly to the final. So Sea Monster and Crackle both want to have good games here. If either of them win this game, they probably, I think they definitely go directly through to the final. So lots on the line for those two in terms of getting to skip the semifinals. Alright, Crackle hits the 2 of Steve. Steve says, leave me a 2. I think they've got it worked out here. But Lila can also join in on this 3-way trading pocket, if so desired. It looks like it will be. Games a lot, just holding that bonus. Ivor holding his bonus. The troop difference is not really seen at all yet. Games a lot being 6th in turn order, which is a really tough spot, usually. Having the bonus early can make a major difference. Sea Monster seems to still be building up his troops until he feels confident he can take his bonus. Or maybe he's not going for it at all. We'll see. Okay, so we've got 2 3-way trading pockets going on. We've got Sea Monster, Gameslot, and Ivor at the top trading on a 2. And then down at the bottom, we've got Lila, Steve, and Crackle trading on a 2. Which, again, is not what you might call farming points. What it is these guys are keeping from losing a point every turn. But you have to accomplish this, you've got to hit a 2 every turn, which loses troops on average. And you have to waste your Fortify every turn. So it really kind of freezes your position on the board when you start this trading pocket game, which may be the best move. We'll see. We'll see how it works out for these guys. It's certainly going to work out better for the players that already have their bonuses. But for players like Crackle and Sea Monster that are trying to build up troops to take a bonus, it doesn't seem to be helping. Again, we did not see bonuses in Group 1 on these same settings. So the game played out significantly differently with... Oh, we get an oops from Sea Monster. I didn't see what the oops was about. I'm not sure. Okay, Sea Monster is going to be our first to trade. Uh-oh. He gets a Crackle 4. We saw a ton of kill guards in Group 1, especially through the second set of trades. We'll see if we see the same kind of kill guard setup here. Ivor gets 8 troops. Crackle had to trade early on turn 1. So there's one way not to waste your Fortify is to roll out one of your troops on your 3 so you can use your Fortify somewhere else, which Ivor just did. If you're in a trading pocket. The 4th trade here goes to Steve, who does not have a bonus. It is interesting that troop advantage hasn't really built up for... I guess that's just because GameSlot hasn't traded yet. Ivor is 40 troops ahead of Crackle here. Now, Lila is guarding Crackle, and GameSlot's guarding Crackle at the top. So that was the oops from Sea Monster earlier, I'm now realizing, just slowly. But Crackle being guarded in 2 spots on the board. Okay. Alright, Crackle hits a Steve 2. Lila at 44 troops. Got the second biggest trade here in the first set of trades. Not an option, really, to get the Crackle kill. Lila also being kill guarded in a couple spots. Long turn here from Lila, thinking through it all. Ooh. Crackle taken out of the pocket by Lila. Lila says, I'm not kill guarding you, Crackle. We're going to make someone have to go through GameSlot's 9, I guess. GameSlot cannot get to the bottom of the board. No position at the bottom. Oh, slider error there from GameSlot. Sea Monster not happy that Crackle got further guarded. Crackle on 13 troops, but he's got a GameSlot 22 and 3 sitting in front of him. Sea Monster will go to 4 cards here. Ivor sitting on 64. just no way. I mean, if he traded here, he could try to roll a game slot 22, which would be very entertaining, but he's not going to do that. So Crackle appears safe. Does Crackle have a trade on 3 will be the question. Game slot 3 gets hit by Ivor. Steve hits a little more Crackle, get him down to 12 troops. You don't want him getting too confident over there. Lila now at -5 for the game. Currently, the top 3 game slots, Steve and Ivor at 21, 8, and 6. Crackle just 2 points behind. Crackle trades on 3. Had to have it, and he did. In classic Crackle fashion there. Let's see how he plays this puppy. He's got 27. He removes a position of Sea Monster at the bottom. He moves both 2 of Sea Monster's positions at the bottom. Crackle leaves 2 2s. Not 2 2s, but 2 2s. Okay, so that helps Lila not lose another point. Lila just trying to finish positive here. A win would still be enough, though, to put Lila through to the semi, so still everything to play for. Games a lot tries to roll down to a 2, but takes out one of Ivor's on the way. Games a lot keeps that double kill guard of the Steve and Crackle positions. Oh boy. Sea Monster threatening Games a lot to get out of that spot. Ivor on 68 troops, and I'll remind you, he lost 1 troop by a failed rollout there of Sea Monster, or of Games a lot. Of Games a lot, I think. Otherwise, he would have been on 69, so. But now he gets the 30 trade, so it's moot point. He's on 98 troops. Steve's on 45 and 4 cards. Lila on 42 and 4 cards. Are either of them on the table as kill opportunities? It appears it's just a simple trading turn for Ivor. Steve, no trade on 4 for Steve. Okay, he's on 50 troops and 5 cards. He is kill guarded by Games a lot up top. And partially over here. Does it become a free kill for Games a lot? We'll see. Remember, Crackle traded on 3. He's at 35 troops. He's just in point management mode right now, trying to hold on. Lila trades on 4. It's our 3rd trade in this sequence. 4th trade in this sequence. 39 troops here for Lila. Hits a crackle 3. Leaves a 3. Just trying to trade with crackle here at the end. Alright, games lot. Is the Steve kill on the table? No. Can't get to the bottom. Okay, so games lot keeps his guard for Sea Monster at the top. Steve's going to get to trade on 5 here. It's going to be a 45 trade for Steve. He jumps him significantly up the troop count. Your top 3 are still games lot, Steve, and Ivor at 21, 7, and 6 now. Steve building behind a couple of kill guards. I guess just one. Your next game in the Birthday Bash Open is just a few hours away. It'll be at 21 UTC. Which is 6 hours away. Group 3 will be Roberto Lowe's, ever heard of him? Zaraki, never heard of him. Iden, 4K, Pentix, Adignia 22, and TT Briggs. Be matched up in Group 3 there. In Group 4 tomorrow, 24 hours later, 21 UTC on Sunday, will include the great Mitch on Risk. And Sir Tyler, Sinksir, Marin Brombat, Noob 2.0, and Zycron, so it should be a pretty easy lobby for me to dominate. I'm not really worried about it. Sea Monster gets the 50 trade on 3. Oh, he hits the 56 of games a lot. He wants that crackle kill. Where he just wants to clear crackle out? He can't get to crackle. He can't get to Steve either. He just hated that games a lot kill guard, or he wants the games a lot kill? He's on 69 troops. He's just gonna break games a lot? This is interesting. Okay, so he is going for the games a lot kill. He's got a split. He's gonna have to double tap somehow. He's got 15 and 14 to go through a 2 and a 28. So we're gonna see some dice magic here from Sea Monster. Or he's gonna give up. He does hit the 2. I don't think he's got the time to slow roll it. Oh, he gets a 14 on 15. Oh my goodness, that's epic dice for Sea Monster to get the Games Lot kill. Games Lot's got to be sick. Oh my gosh, Games Lot looked like he was in one of the best positions in the game. He did get the win in game 1, so he's at 21 points. 23 now, finishing in 6th for the 2 placement points. That probably is enough to finish him in the top 3 and get him through. That was an insane kill from Sea Monster. Sea Monster, one of the few in the game that would go for that kill. Sea Monster on 37 troops with 4 cards. He's kill guarded currently by Lila. Ivor maybe thinking he can't get through that Lila kill guard. Just a break here from Ivor, probably. And Sea Monster's good with it, says well played. So Games a Lot's on 23 points. That's where he'll finish. Steve and Sea Monster at 7 each, tied for second currently. So those are your three advancing on placement. As of now, Ivor on 5, Crackle on 3, Lila on -5. But all to play for here in terms of who will finish. Now Sea Monster up to 7 points. So we have a three-way tie currently for second in points. Crackle on 31 troops, while Ivor sits on 108. And Crackle has another trade on 3. Classic Crackle. The guy just won't go away. Trades on 3. Can't get the Sea Monster kill. Would have to go through 55 troops of Lila's. Oh boy. Surely he's not doing that. Okay. He just goes one big slapper stack down at the bottom. And nicely leaves a 2 for Steve to hit. Alright, here goes Lila. Lila, the only one with real position to go for the Sea Monster kill, but no trade apparently. My gosh, if Sea Monster gets to trade... Ivor laughs. Ivor thought that that was surely a Sea Monster kill. Or maybe laughs because of the additional kill guard added. Okay, so a 14 kill guard on Sea Monster, but moves off the big kill guard. 60 troops here for Sea Monster trading in. Living to see another turn after a wild kill on Games a Lot. That probably only further infuriates Games a Lot. Games a Lot just takes his neutral action point. We're currently in a three-way tie for second in the group. Remember, the top 3 in the group after this game go to the advance. On Games a Lot sitting at 23, looks safe to move on to the semis unless something insane happens. And Ivor, Steve, and Sea Monster all tied at 7. Crackle 4 points off of that, and Lila's at -6. Lila getting to the point where it's has to have a win to move through. Oh, 169 troops for Steve. Well done, Steve. He gets the 65 trade here. Ivor sitting at 5 cards and 113 troops, but has time to dab nonetheless, as a true professional would. Just a simple trade here from Steve. Crackle traded early, remember, so he's just on 1 card here, but he's got his big 76 stack at the bottom. Lila's got a kill guard up top. Lila's sitting on 4 cards, but guarded up here by Ivor. Otherwise, Crackle may be tempted to go for that. Ooh, 6 of Lila getting hit here for Crackles. Crackle hits the 6. Interesting play there. I'm wondering if he's thinking access to something he's trying to get to. Not sure. Maybe he's thinking he wants to open up the Ivor kill to Lila. Lila hits the Crackle 6. Okay. Oh no, Lila misclicked. Lila was going for the Crackle kill. Maybe not. But it felt like it. What do you guys think? Was Lila going for the Crackle kill and that was a misclick? Or was that just, I want to hit a 6 because you hit my 6? I don't know. Kill fail? Okay. That's what I think. I think it was just a misclick there at the bottom. Instead of splitting off. Okay, so Ivor's going to get to trade on 5 here. And he's got an easy, easy kill on Crackle. It's just for 2 cards. But still worth it. I think he can get the kill and still be confident he's not going to get killed. Let's see. Sea Monster wants him to go for it. He does decide to go for it. Okay, here's the Crackle kill. Crackle's going to finish on 7 points. So he'll be currently sitting in 3rd, but there's no way he'll finish in that spot. I guess it is possible, but very unlikely he finishes there. So he'll have to rest on getting one of those 2 wildcard spots to go through. And that should upset the rest of the overall pool, because that means one of those spots is taken. Everyone was hoping Crackle and Sea Monster finish in the top 3 here, if you weren't in this group, to create as many wildcard spots as possible. That likely means Crackle will be in one of those 2 wildcard spots. Okay, here goes Steve. He wants the Sea Monster? No? He just wanted to break Sea Monster. He wanted the point for now. Maybe that point will come into matter. The point really mattered between Braidamite and Zango in Group 1. They finished tied exactly for 3rd place. 1 more action point would have put Braidamite into the semis. Instead, Zango got it on tiebreakers. Maybe that's what Steve's thinking. I'd like to be in that 3rd spot for now. Okay, Ivor's sitting on 5 cards. It looks like no trade here from Sea Monster. We'll see. Yeah, no trade. Ivor's going to have to go the long way for a Sea Monster kill. Let's see if that's what he wants to do. It would be a messy kill. Okay, hold on. Sea Monster's doing something. He's cleaning up some of Lila, or he's just rolling out all of his troops. He's hitting Lila as much as possible, pushing Sea Monster towards that kill. I'm pushing Ivor towards that kill. That's interesting. Or maybe trying to make his kill as annoying as possible. Okay, here's the 80 trade for Ivor. Yeah, do you think Sea Monster just saying, hey, give me 2nd? Up to Ivor how he wants to handle this. I don't think he is okay with dying first. I think the amount of fist bumps and stuff he's giving are him saying, give me 2nd. Crackle's trying to figure it out too. Ivor spent his entire turn doing nothing. Is it like a disconnect or something? Oh my gosh, the drama. Ivor has not said anything in the chat or anything. I don't know what just happened. I can't explain it. Okay, here goes Steve. He doesn't have a trade on 3 somehow. But he's going to take that break. You better believe he's going to take that break of Sea Monster. Lila trades on 3. Lila gets the Sea Monster kill anyway? Going for Steve first. Gonna have to win, well, the 120 can come around and help. Just gotta make these paths correct here. And not block your 115. Got a tricky split here off the 37. Oh, can't come around. Gotta get through a 65 and a 30 to come around. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we'll move on to Sea Monster on 4 cars. No trade for Sea Monster, but he gets the kill on Steve for free. Oh my goodness. 185 trade for Sea Monster. Yeah, Sea Monster can win now. I mean, the 60 troops of Lila doesn't help him because Lila's on 1 card. But does he just go all out on Ivor and try to create some sort of advantage by being ahead and... Yeah, I think that's what the plan is. I don't know if this is a full kill, but... Ugh, it's so tough up there. There's just so many splits at the top of this board. 8v2v3 is going to be tough, but possible. Oh, 6v3, got it. Needed good dice there and got him. I mean, this is really well done. This is not an easy kill. This is tough in terms of troops and splits and time. And Sea Monster is showing why Sea Monster is so good at Risk. I mean, obviously this has been a chaotic end to this game, but this kill right here is really, really well done. So that's the kill of Ivor by Sea Monster. And we're down to a 2-player game. So currently the top 3 games lot in first still. Ivor at 18, Steve at 15. Lila going to get 10 for second. But that'll only take him up to 5 points total for the game. So your top 3 will be Sea Monster, Games Lot, and Ivor, it looks like. Unless I'm missing something. Which means only one of the wildcard spots will be taken up by the Sea Monster Crackle pair. And we'll leave one for somebody else because Sea Monster will get through on placement. Yeah, this game was insane. The final 2 turns of this game, insane. I'm hoping to hear exactly what happened to Ivor. His freeze turn, I mean, Sea Monster doing what he did right before the freeze turn was wild. And then the freeze turn, I don't know what happened. I'll let you know if it says anything in the chat. If Ivor gives us any update. Oh, he lost connection. Ivor's sad because he thinks he's out of the tournament, but he's actually going to be... as long as Sea Monster just finishes this game off fine. Ivor will be through as in 3rd place, right? Lila will get 10 for second. And we'll finish just behind Steve. So Lila's action points ended up being the problem. If they weren't sitting at -5 right now, they would have a real chance to pass Steve. And your winner in a chaotic Group 2 of the quarterfinals of the Birthday Bash Open is Sea Monster. epic finish there. Lila the Poet finishes in second in this game. We'll try to get you the overall scores here so we can tell you the 3 advancing.